The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Introduction. How this book can work miracles in your life. The Great Human Divide. Why is one person sad and another person happy? Why is one person joyous and prosperous while another person is poor and miserable? Why is one person filled with fear and anxiety while another is full of faith and confidence? Why does one person have a beautiful, luxurious home while another person lives a meager existence in a slum? Why is one person a great success and another an abject failure? Why is one speaker outstanding and immensely popular while another is mediocre and unpopular? Why is one person a genius in their profession while another toils and moils all their life without accomplishing anything worthwhile? Why is one person healed of a so-called incurable disease and another is not? Why is it that so many good, kind, religious people suffer the tortures of the damned in their mind and body? Why is it that many immoral and irreligious people succeed, prosper, and enjoy radiant health? Why is one woman happily married and her sister very unhappy and frustrated? Is there an answer to these questions in the workings of your conscious and subconscious minds? There most certainly is. The purpose of this book, the express purpose of this book, is to answer and clarify these questions. The great fundamental truths of your mind are explained here in the simplest language possible. It is perfectly possible to explain the basic foundational laws of life and of your mind in ordinary, everyday language. You will find that the language used here is the same as that used in your daily papers, current periodicals, in your business offices, in your home, and in your daily workshop. You are urged to study this text and apply the techniques outlined within it. As you do, you can lay hold of a miracle-working power that will lift you up from confusion, misery, melancholy, and failure. It will guide you to your truer place, solve your difficulties, sever you from emotional and physical bondage, and place you on the royal road to freedom, happiness, and peace of mind. This miracle-working power of your subconscious mind can heal you of your sickness and make you vital and strong again. In learning how to use your inner powers, you will open the prison door of fear and enter into a life of glorious liberty, releasing the miracle-working power. A personal healing will always be the most convincing evidence of our subconscious powers. Over 42 years ago, the author resolved a malignancy. In medical terminology, it was called a sarcoma, by using the healing power of his subconscious mind, which created him and still maintains and governs all his vital functions. The technique applied is elaborated on in this book, and it will help others to trust the same infinite healing presence lodged in the subconscious depths of all people. It is natural to assume that the creative intelligence, which made all your organs, fashioned your body, and started your heart, can heal its own handiwork. An ancient proverb says, "The doctor dresses the wound and God heals it." Wonders happen when you pray effectively. Scientific prayer is the harmonious interaction of the conscious and subconscious levels of mind, scientifically directed for a specific purpose. This book will teach you the scientific way to tap the realm of infinite power within you, enabling you to get what you really want in life. You desire a happier, fuller, and richer life. Begin to use this miracle-working power and smooth your way in daily affairs, solve business problems, and bring harmony to family relationships. Be sure that you read this material several times. The many chapters will show you how this wonderful power works and how you can draw out the hidden inspiration and wisdom that is within you. Learn the simple techniques of impressing the subconscious mind. Follow the new scientific way in tapping the infinite storehouse. Read carefully, earnestly, and lovingly. Prove to yourself the amazing way it can help you. It could be the turning point of your life. Everybody prays. Do you know how to pray effectively? How long is it since you prayed as part of your everyday activities? In an emergency, in time of danger or trouble, in illness, and when death lurks, prayers pour forth from yourself and your friends. Just read your daily newspaper. It is regularly reported that prayers are being offered up all over the nation for a child stricken with a so-called incurable ailment, for peace among nations, or for a group of miners trapped in a flooded mine. Later, it is reported that when rescued, the miners said they prayed while waiting for rescue. An airplane pilot says that he prayed as he made a successful emergency landing. Certainly, prayer is an ever-present help in time of trouble, but you do not have to wait for trouble to make prayer an integral and constructive part of your life. The dramatic answers to prayer make headlines and are the subject of testimonies to the effectiveness of prayer. One of the many humble prayers of children, the simple thanksgiving of grace at the table daily, and the faithful devotions wherein the individual seeks only communion with God. People who are in trouble have difficulty in thinking and acting reasonably. They need an easy formula to follow, an obviously workable pattern that is simple and specific. Often they must be led to approach the emergency. What do you believe? It is not the thing believed in that brings an answer to a person's prayer. The answer to prayer results when the individual's subconscious mind responds to the mental picture or thought in their mind. This law of belief is operating in all religions of the world, and it is the reason why they are psychologically true. The Buddhist, the Christian, the Muslim, and the Hebrew all may get answers to their prayers. This occurs not because of the particular creed, religion, affiliation, ritual, ceremony, formula, liturgy, incantation, sacrifices, or offerings, but solely because of belief or mental acceptance and receptivity about that for which they pray. The law of life is the law of belief, and belief can be summed up briefly as a thought in your mind. As a person thinks, feels, and believes, so is the condition of their mind, body, and circumstances. A technique, a methodology based on an understanding of what you are doing and why you are doing it, will help you to bring about a subconscious embodiment of all the good things of life. Essentially, answered prayer is the realization of your heart's desire. Desire is prayer. Everyone desires health, happiness, security, and peace of mind, but many fail to achieve clearly defined results. A university professor admitted recently, "I know that if I changed my mental pattern and redirected my emotional life, my ulcers would not recur, but I do not have any technique, process, or lifestyle method. My mind wanders back and forth on my many problems, and I feel frustrated, defeated, and unhappy." This professor had a desire for perfect health. He needed a knowledge of the way his mind worked, which would enable him to fulfill his desire. By practicing the healing methods outlined in this book, he became whole and perfect. The miracle-working powers of your subconscious mind existed before you and I were born, before any church or world existed. The great eternal truths and principles of life antedate all religions. It is with these thoughts in mind that you are urged in the following chapters to lay hold of this wonderful, magical, transforming power. It will bind up mental and physical wounds, proclaim liberty to the fear-ridden mind, and liberate you completely from the limitations of poverty, failure, misery, lack, and frustration. All you have to do is unite mentally and emotionally with the good you wish to embody, and the creative powers of your subconscious will respond accordingly. Begin now, today, and let wonders happen in your life. Chapter 1. The Treasure House Within You. The Gold Mine Inside. Infinite riches are all around you if you will open your mental eyes and behold the treasure house of infinity within you. There is a gold mine within you from which you can extract everything you need to live life gloriously, joyously, and abundantly. Many people are sound asleep because they do not know about this gold mine of infinite intelligence and boundless love within themselves. Whatever you want, you could draw forth. A magnetized piece of steel will lift about 12 times its own weight, and if you demagnetize the same piece of steel, it will not even lift a feather. Similarly, there are two types of people. There is the magnetized person who is full of confidence and faith. They know that they are born to win and to succeed. Then there is the type of person who is demagnetized. They are full of fears and doubts. Opportunities come, and they say, "I might fail. I might lose money. People will laugh at me." This type of person will not get very far in life because if they are afraid to go forward, they will simply stay where they are. Become a magnetized person and discover the master secret of the ages. The master secret of the ages. What is the master secret of the ages? The secret of atomic energy? Thermonuclear energy? The neutron bomb? Interplanetary travel? No, not any of these. Then, what is this master secret? Where can one find it? And how can it be contacted and brought into action? The answer is extraordinarily simple. This secret is the marvelous, miracle-working power found in your own subconscious mind, the last place that most people would seek it. You can bring into your life more power, more wealth, more health, more happiness, and more joy by learning to contact and release the hidden power of your subconscious mind. You need not acquire this power. You already possess it. But you want to learn how to use it. You want to understand it so that you can apply it in all departments of your life. As you follow the simple techniques and processes set forth in this book, you can gain the necessary knowledge and understanding. You can be inspired by a new light, and you can generate a new force enabling you to realize your hopes and make all your dreams come true. Decide now to make your life grander, greater, richer, and nobler than ever before. Within your subconscious depths lies infinite wisdom, infinite power, and an infinite supply of all that is necessary, which is waiting for development and expression. Begin now to recognize these potentialities of your deeper mind, and they will take form in the world without. Infinite intelligence at your service. The infinite intelligence within your subconscious mind can reveal to you everything you need to know at every moment of time and point of space, provided you are open-minded and receptive. You can receive new thoughts and ideas, enabling you to bring forth new inventions, make new discoveries, or write books and plays. Moreover, the infinite intelligence in your subconscious can impart to you wonderful kinds of knowledge of an original nature. It can reveal Toyo and open the way for perfect expression in your true place in life. Through the wisdom of your subconscious mind, you can attract the ideal companion, as well as the right business associate or partner. It can find the right buyer for your home and provide you with all the money you need, giving you the financial freedom to be, to do, and to go as your heart desires. It is your right to discover this inner world of thought, feeling, and power, of light, love, and beauty. Though invisible, its forces are mighty. Within your subconscious mind, you will find the solution for every problem and the cause for every effect. You could draw out the hidden powers. You come into actual possession of the power and wisdom necessary to move forward in abundance, security, joy, and dominion. The power of the subconscious can lift people up out of crippled states, making them whole, vital, and strong once more, free to go out into the world to experience happiness, health, and joyous expression. There's a miraculous healing power in your subconscious that can heal the troubled mind and the broken heart. It can open the prison door of the mind and liberate you. It can free you from all kinds of material and physical bondage. The foundation of mental principles. Substantial progress in any field of endeavor is impossible in the absence of a working basis, which is universal in its application. You can become skilled in the operation of your subconscious mind. You can practice its powers with a certainty of results in exact proportion to your knowledge of its principles and to your application of them for definite, specific purposes and goals you wish to achieve. As a chemist knows, if you combine hydrogen and oxygen in certain exact proportions, water will be the result. You are very familiar with the fact that one atom of oxygen and one atom of carbon will produce carbon monoxide, a poisonous gas. But if you add another atom of oxygen, you will get carbon dioxide, a harmless gas, and so on throughout the vast realm of chemical compounds. You must not think that the principles of chemistry, physics, and mathematics differ from the principles of your subconscious mind. Let us consider a generally accepted physical principle. Water seeks its own level. This is a universal principle, which is applicable to water everywhere. Consider another principle. Matter expands when heated. This is true everywhere, at any time, and under all circumstances. You can heat a piece of steel, and it will expand regardless of whether the steel is found in China, England, or India. It is a universal truth that matter expands when heated. It is also a universal truth that whatever you impress on your subconscious mind is expressed on the screen of space, ASA, condition, experience, and event. The law of belief. Your prayer is answered because your subconscious mind is principle, and by principle, we mean the way a thing works. For example, the principle of electricity is that it works from a higher to a lower potential. You do not change the principle of electricity when you use it, but by cooperating with nature, you can bring forth marvelous inventions and discoveries which bless humanity in countless ways. Your subconscious mind is principle and works according to the law of belief. You must know what belief is, why it works, and how it works. The law of your mind is the law of belief. This means to believe in the way your mind works, to believe in belief itself. The belief of your mind is simply the thought of your mind, just that and nothing else. All your experiences, events, conditions, and acts are the reactions of your subconscious mind to your thoughts. Remember, it is not the thing believed in, but the belief in your own mind, which brings about the result. Cease believing in the false beliefs, opinions, superstitions, and fears of mankind. Begin to believe in the eternal verities and truths of life, which never change. Then you will move onward, upward, and forward. Whoever applies the principles of the subconscious mind will be able to pray scientifically and effectively for themselves and for others. Your prayer is answered according to the universal law of action and reaction. Thought is initial action. The reaction is the response from your subconscious mind, which corresponds with the nature of your thought. Busy your mind with the concepts of harmony, health, peace, and goodwill, and wonders will happen in your life. Chapter 2. How your own mind works. The garden of the mind. You have a mind, and you should learn how to use it. There are two levels of your mind: the conscious or rational level, and the subconscious or irrational level. You think with your conscious mind, and whatever you habitually think sinks down into your subconscious mind, which creates according to the nature of your thoughts. Your subconscious mind is the seat of your emotions and is the creative mind. If you think good, good will follow. If you think evil, evil will follow. This is the way your mind works. The main point to remember is that once the subconscious mind accepts an idea, it begins to execute it. It is an interesting and subtle truth that the law of the subconscious mind works for good and bad ideas alike. This law, when applied in a negative way, is the cause of failure, frustration, and unhappiness. However, when your habitual thinking is harmonious and constructive, you experience perfect health, success, and prosperity. Peace of mind and a healthy body are inevitable when you begin to think and feel in the right way. Whatever you claim mentally and feel as true, your subconscious mind will accept and bring forth into your experience. The only thing necessary for you to do is to get your conscious mind to accept your idea, and the law of your own subconscious mind will bring forth the health, peace, or position you desire. You give the command or decree, and your subconscious will faithfully reproduce the idea impressed upon it. The law of your mind is this: you'll get a reaction or response from your subconscious mind according to the nature of the thought or idea you hold in your conscious mind. How impressions become reality. Psychologists and psychiatrists point out that when thoughts are conveyed to your subconscious mind, impressions are made in the brain cells. As soon as your subconscious accepts any idea, it proceeds to put it into effect immediately. It works by the association of ideas and uses every bit of knowledge that you have gathered in your lifetime to bring about its purpose. It draws on the infinite power, energy, and wisdom within you. It lines up all the laws of nature to get its way. Sometimes it seems to bring about an immediate solution to your difficulties, but at other times it may take days, weeks, or longer. Its ways are deep and powerful. You must remember that these are not two separate minds. They are merely two spheres of activity within one mind. Your conscious mind is the reasoning mind. It is that phase of mind which chooses. For example, you choose your books, your home, and your partner in life. You make all your decisions with your conscious mind. On the other hand, without any conscious choice on your part, your heart is kept functioning automatically, and the processes of digestion, circulation, and breathing are carried on by your subconscious mind through processes independent of your conscious control. Your subconscious mind accepts what is impressed upon it or what you consciously believe. It does not reason things out like your conscious mind, and it does not argue with you controversially. Your subconscious mind is like the soil, which accepts any kind of seed, good or bad. Your thoughts are active and might be likened to seeds. Negative, destructive thoughts continue to work negatively in your subconscious mind, and in due time will come forth into outer experience, which corresponds with them. Remember, your subconscious mind does not engage in proving whether your thoughts are good or bad, true or false, but it responds according to the nature of your thoughts or suggestions. For example, if you consciously assume something is true, even though it may be false, your subconscious mind will accept it as true and proceed to bring about results, which must necessarily follow, because you consciously assumed it to be true. Understanding objective and subjective functions. Your conscious mind is sometimes referred to as your objective mind because it deals with outward objects. The objective mind takes notice of the objective world. Its media of observation are your 5 physical senses. Your objective mind is your guide and director in your contact with your environment. You gain knowledge through your 5 senses. Your objective mind learns through observation, experience, and education. As previously pointed out, the greatest function of the objective mind is that of reasoning. Suppose you are a tourist who comes to a beautiful city. You would come to the conclusion that it is a beautiful city based upon your observation of the parks, pretty gardens, majestic buildings, and lovely homes. This is the working of your objective mind. Your subconscious mind I often refer to as your subjective mind. Your subjective mind takes notice of its environment by means independent of the 5 senses. Your subjective mind perceives by intuition. It is the seat of your emotion and the storehouse of memory. Your subjective mind performs its highest functions when your objective senses are not active. In a word, it is that intelligence which makes itself clear when the objective mind is suspended or in a sleepy, drowsy state. Your subjective mind sees without the use of the natural organs of vision. It has the capacity of clear intuition. It can leave your body, travel to distant lands, and bring back information often of the most exact and truthful character. Through your subjective mind, you can understand the thoughts of others. It has the ability to comprehend the thoughts of others without the use of ordinary objective means of communication. It is of the greatest importance that we understand the interaction of the objective and subjective mind in order to learn the true art of prayer. The watchman at the gate. Your subconscious mind cannot argue controversially. Hence, if you give it wrong suggestions, it will accept them as true and will proceed to bring them to pass as conditions, experiences, and events. All things that have happened to you are based on thoughts impressed on your subconscious mind through belief. If you have conveyed erroneous thoughts to your subconscious mind, the sure method of overcoming them is by the repetition of constructive, harmonious thoughts frequently repeated. Your subconscious mind accepts these, thus forming new and healthy habits of thought and life, for your subconscious mind is the seat of habit. The habitual thinking of your conscious mind establishes deep grooves in your subconscious mind. This is very favorable for you if your habitual thoughts are harmonious, peaceful, and constructive. If you have indulged in fear, worry, and other destructive forms of thinking, the remedy is to recognize the power of your subconscious mind and decree freedom, happiness, and perfect health. Your subconscious mind, being creative and one with your divine source, will proceed to create the freedom and happiness which you have earnestly decreed. You must realize by now that your conscious mind is the watchman at the gate, and its chief function is to protect your subconscious mind from false impressions. You are now aware of one of the basic laws of mind. Your subconscious mind is highly responsive to suggestion. As you know, your subconscious mind does not make comparisons or contrasts. Neither does it reason and think things out for itself. This latter function belongs to your conscious mind. It simply reacts to the impressions given to it by your conscious mind. It does not show a preference for one course of action over another. It simply creates what you direct it to create. Chapter 3. The miracle working power of your subconscious. The source of creative genius. The power of your subconscious is enormous. It inspires you, it guides you, and it reveals to you names, facts, and scenes from the storehouse of memory. Your subconscious started your heartbeat, controls the circulation of your blood, regulates your digestion, assimilation, and elimination. When you eat a piece of bread, your subconscious mind transforms it into tissue, muscle, bone, and blood. This process is beyond the understanding of the wisest person who walks the earth. Your subconscious mind controls all vital processes and functions of your body and knows the answer to all problems. Your subconscious mind never sleeps and never rests. It is always on the job. You can discover the miracle-working power of your subconscious by plainly stating to it prior to sleep that you wish a certain specific thing accomplished. You will be delighted to discover that forces within you will be released, leading to the desired result. Here, then, is a source of power and wisdom which places you in touch with omnipotence, or the power that moves the world, guides the planets in their course, and causes the sun to shine. Your subconscious mind is the source of your ideals, aspirations, and altruistic urges. It was through the subconscious mind that great historical artists, scientists, and poets perceived deep truths hidden from the average person of their day. Undoubtedly, it was the response of their subconscious mind that caused great sculptors to portray beauty, order, symmetry, and proportion in marble and bronze. It enabled great musicians to compose beautiful symphonies and artists to paint timeless masterpieces. Your subconscious is your book of life. Whatever thoughts, beliefs, opinions, theories, or dogmas you write, engrave, or impress on your subconscious mind, you shall experience them as the objective manifestation of circumstances, conditions, and events. What you write on the inside, you will experience on the outside. You have two sides to your life, objective and subjective, visible and invisible, thought and its manifestation. Your thought is received by your brain, which is the organ of your conscious reasoning mind. When your conscious or objective mind accepts the thought completely, it is sent to the deeper emotional centers, where it becomes real and is made manifest in your experience. As previously outlined, your subconscious cannot argue. It acts only from what you write on it. It accepts your verdict of the conclusions of your conscious mind as final. This is why you're always writing on the book of life, because your thoughts become your experiences. It is a timeless truth that a person is what they think all day long. The power to move the world is in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is one with infinite intelligence and boundless wisdom. It is fed by hidden springs and is called the law of life. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious mind, the latter will move heaven and earth to bring it to pass. You must, therefore, impress it with right ideas and constructive thoughts. The reason there is so much chaos and misery in the world is because people do not understand the interaction of their conscious and subconscious minds. When these two principles work in accord, in peace, and synchronously together, you will have health, happiness, peace, and joy. There is no sickness or discord when the conscious and subconscious work together harmoniously and peacefully. As within, so without. Whatever is impressed in your subconscious mind is expressed on the screen of space. This same truth has been proclaimed by the illumined seers of all ages. Whatever you feel as true subjectively is expressed as conditions, experiences, and events. Motion and emotion must balance. As in your own mind, so in your body and environment. This is the great law of life. You will find throughout all nature the law of action and reaction, of rest and motion. These two must balance. Then there will be harmony and equilibrium. You are here to let the life principle flow through you rhythmically and harmoniously. The intake and the outgo must be equal. The impression and the expression must be equal. All your frustration is due to unfulfilled desire. If you think negatively, destructively, and viciously, these thoughts generate destructive emotions, which must be expressed and find an outlet. These emotions, being of a negative nature, are frequently expressed as bodily tension, ulcers, heart trouble, and anxiety. What is your idea or feeling about yourself now? Every part of your being expresses that idea. Your vitality, body, financial status, friends, and social status represent a perfect reflection of the idea you have of yourself. This is the real meaning of what is impressed in your subconscious mind, and which is expressed in all phases of your life. We injure ourselves by the negative ideas which we entertain. How often have you wounded yourself by getting angry, fearful, jealous, or vengeful? These are the poisons that enter your subconscious mind. You are not born with these negative attitudes. Feed your subconscious mind life-giving thoughts, and you will wipe out all the negative patterns lodged therein. As you continue to do this, all the past will be wiped out and remembered no more. Chapter 4. Mental Healings in Ancient Times. The History of Healing Powers. Down through the ages, people of all nations have instinctively believed that somewhere there resided a healing power which would restore to normal the functions and sensations of a person's body. They believed that this strange power could be called upon under certain conditions, and that the relief of human suffering would follow. The history of all nations presents testimony in support of this belief. In the early history of the world, the power of secretly influencing people for good or evil, including the healing of the sick, was said to be possessed by priests and holy figures. Healing of the sick was supposed to be a power derived directly by them from a higher source, and the procedures and processes of healing varied throughout the world. The healing processes took the form of appeals to the divine, attended by various ceremonies, such as the laying on of hands, incantations, and the application of amulets, rings, relics, and images. For example, in the religions of antiquity, priests in the ancient temples gave certain substances to the patient and practiced hypnotic suggestions prior to the patient's sleep, telling them that the gods would visit them in their sleep and heal them. Many healings followed. Obviously, all this was the work of potent suggestions to the subconscious mind. It is clear that these strange procedures favored suggestion and acceptance by the subconscious mind of these people by making a powerful appeal to their imagination. Actually, in all these healings, the subconscious mind of the subject was the real healer. In all ages, unofficial healers have obtained remarkable results in cases where authorized medical skill has failed. This gives cause for thought. How do these healers in all parts of the world achieve their cures? The answer to all these healings is due to the blind belief of the sick person, which released the healing power resident in their subconscious mind. Many of the remedies and methods employed were rather strange and fantastic, which fired the imagination of the patients, causing an aroused emotional state. This state of mind made the suggestion of health easier to accept, and it was accepted both by the conscious and subconscious mind of the sick. Biblical insights on faith. Ancient wisdom tells us that whatever things you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. Note the difference in tenses. We are told to believe and accept as true the fact that our desire has already been accomplished and fulfilled, that it is already completed, and that its realization will follow as a thing in the future. The success of this technique depends on the confident conviction that the thought, the idea, the picture is already a fact in the mind. In order for anything to have substance in the realm of mind, it must be thought of as actually existing there. Here is a concise and specific direction for making use of the creative power of thought by impressing upon the subconscious the particular thing which you desire. Your thought, idea, plan, or purpose is as real on its own plane as your hand or your heart. In following this technique, you completely eliminate from your mind all consideration of conditions, circumstances, or anything which might imply negative outcomes. You are planting a seed or a concept in the mind, which, if you leave it undisturbed, will naturally grow into external reality. The prime condition for healing is faith. Over and over again, ancient records state that according to your faith, it is done unto you. If you plant certain types of seeds in the ground, You have faith they will grow after their kind. This is the way of seeds, and trusting the laws of growth and agriculture. You know that the seeds will come forth after their kind. Faith is a way of thinking, an attitude of mind, an inner certainty, knowing that the idea you fully accept in your conscious mind will be embodied in your subconscious mind and made manifest. Faith is, in a sense, accepting as true what your reason and senses might deny. It is a shutting out of the small, analytical, conscious mind and embracing an attitude of complete reliance on the inner power of your subconscious mind. The universal principle of faith. It is an established fact that cures have taken place at various spiritual shrines throughout the world, such as in Japan, India, Europe, and America. Many people make offerings, light candles, burn incense, and recite prayers of petition. For example, a person might lose their voice and find it restored at shrine. They have the simple faith that a higher power will give them back their voice if they follow a certain ritual, fast, and make certain offerings. All this helps to kindle faith and expectancy, resulting in a conditioning of the mind to the point of belief. The subconscious mind responds directly to that belief. The most obvious conclusion which strikes your mind is that there must be some underlying principle which is common to all healings, namely, the subconscious mind, and the one process of healing is faith. Let us recall these fundamental truths. First, that you possess mental functions which have been distinguished as the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Second, your subconscious mind is constantly responsive to the power of suggestion. Furthermore, your subconscious mind has complete control of the functions, conditions, and sensations of your body. Symptoms of almost any condition can be induced in people by suggestion. For example, a person could develop a high temperature, a flushed face, or chills according to the nature of suggestion given to them. This indicates that the origin of many states is in the mind, and the healing can also take place mentally. There is only one process of healing, and that is faith. There is only one healing power, namely your subconscious mind. Select the theory and method you prefer. You can rest assured that if you have faith, you shall get results. Chapter 5. Mental Healings in Modern Times. The mechanics of modern healing. Everyone is definitely concerned with the healing of bodily conditions and human affairs. What is it that heals? Where is this healing power? These are questions asked by everyone. The answer is that this healing power is in the subconscious mind of each person, and a changed mental attitude on the part of the person releases this healing power. No mental practitioner, psychologist, psychiatrist, or medical doctor ever single-handedly healed a patient. The psychologist or psychiatrist proceeds to remove the mental blocks in the patient so that the healing principle may be released, restoring the patient to health. Likewise, the surgeon removes the physical block, enabling the healing currents to function normally. The one healing power is called by many names: nature, life, God, creative intelligence, and subconscious power. There are many different methods used to remove the mental, emotional, and physical blocks which restrict the flow of the healing life principle animating all of us. The healing principle resident in your subconscious mind can and will, if properly directed by you or some other person, heal your mind and body. This healing principle is operative in all people regardless of creed, color, or race. You do not have to belong to some particular organization in order to use and participate in this healing process. Your subconscious will heal a burn or a cut on your hand regardless of your personal philosophy. The modern mental therapeutic procedure is based on the truth that the infinite intelligence and power of your subconscious mind responds according to your faith. The practitioner stills their mind, relaxes, lets go, and thinks of the infinite healing presence within. They close the door of their mind to all outside distractions as well as appearances, and then they quietly and knowingly turn over their request or desire to their subconscious mind, realizing that the intelligence of their mind will answer them according to their specific needs. The synced mind. Prayer therapy is the synchronized, harmonious, and intelligent function of the conscious and subconscious levels of mind specifically directed for a definite purpose. In scientific prayer or prayer therapy, you must know what you are doing and why you are doing it. You trust the law of healing. Prayer therapy is a definite mental action for a definite, specific purpose. Let us suppose that you decide to heal a certain difficulty by prayer therapy. You are aware that your problem or sickness, whatever it may be, must be caused by negative thoughts charged with fear and lodged in your subconscious mind, and that if you can succeed in cleansing your mind of these thoughts, you will get a healing. You, therefore, turn to the healing power within your own subconscious mind and remind yourself of its infinite power and intelligence and its capacity to heal all conditions. As you dwell on these truths, your fear will begin to dissolve, and the recollection of these truths also corrects the erroneous beliefs. You give thanks for the healing that you know will come, and then you keep your mind off the difficulty until you feel guided, after an interval, to pray again. While you are praying, you absolutely refuse to give any power to the negative conditions or to admit for a second that the healing will not come. This attitude of mind brings about the harmonious union of the conscious and subconscious mind, which releases the healing power. Understanding subjective faith. Whatever may be your objective belief, if you will assume to have faith actively or passively, your subconscious mind will be controlled by the suggestions, and your desire will be fulfilled. The faith required in mental healings is a purely subjective faith, and it is attainable upon the stopping of active opposition on the part of the objective or conscious mind. In the healing of the body, it is, of course, desirable to secure the concurrent faith of both the conscious and subconscious mind. However, it is not always essential if you will enter into a state of passivity and receptivity by relaxing the mind and the body and getting into a sleepy state. In this drowsy state, your passivity becomes highly receptive to subjective impression. In this sleepy, drowsy state, the conscious mind resistance is reduced to a minimum, and results follow. The subconscious mind of the patient, being naturally controlled by such suggestion, exercises its functions in accordance therewith, and a healing follows. The concept of distance in mind. In the mind principle, there is no time or space. It is the same mind that operates through a loved one, no matter where they may be. In reality, there is no distant treatment as opposed to present treatment, for the universal mind is everywhere present. You do not try to send out thoughts or hold a thought with physical force. Your treatment is a conscious movement of thought, and as you become conscious of the qualities of health, well-being, and relaxation, these qualities will be raised up in the experience of the person, and results will follow. The conclusion arrived at in your mind sets the creative law of mind in motion on the subjective side of life. What you feel is true about another person is simultaneously felt and expressed in their experience. The action of the subconscious mind continues throughout your sleep period. Hence, give the subconscious mind something good to work on as you drop off into slumber. This is a very wise practice. In thinking of harmony and perfect health, you do not need to dwell on trouble or name your ailments. Cease talking about your ailments or giving them a name. The only energy from which they draw life is your attention and fear of them. Become a mental surgeon. Then your troubles will be cut off like dead branches are pruned from a tree. If you're constantly naming your aches and symptoms, you restrict the release of the healing power and energy of your subconscious mind. Fill your mind with the great truths of life and walk forward in the light of love. Chapter 6. Practical Techniques in Mental Healing. The Blueprint of the Mind. An engineer has a technique and a process for building a bridge or an engine. Like the engineer, your mind also has a technique for governing, controlling, and directing your life. You must realize that methods and techniques are primary. In building a major bridge, the chief engineer understands mathematical principles, stresses, and strains. Secondly, they have a picture of the ideal bridge across the bay. The third step is the application of tried and proven methods by which the principles are implemented until the bridge takes form. There also are techniques and methods by which your prayers are answered. If your prayer is answered, there is a scientific way in which it is answered. Nothing happens by chance. This is a world of law and order. Prayer is the formulation of an idea concerning something we wish to accomplish. Prayer is the soul's sincere desire. Your desire is your prayer. It comes out of your deepest needs, and it reveals the things you want in life. True prayer is life's hunger and thirst for peace, harmony, health, joy, and all the other blessings of life. The passing over technique consists essentially in inducing the subconscious mind to take over your request as handed to it by the conscious mind. This passing over is best accomplished in a relaxed, reverie-like state. Know that in your deeper mind is infinite intelligence and infinite power. Just calmly think over what you want. See it coming into fuller reality from this moment forward. Use this technique with complete simplicity. All your experiences and everything that enters into your life depend upon the nature of the mental building blocks which you use in the construction of your mental home. If your blueprint is full of mental patterns of fear, worry, anxiety, or lack, and if you are despondent, doubtful, and cynical, then the texture of the mental material you are weaving into your mind will come forth as more toil, care, tension, anxiety, and limitation of all kinds. The most fundamental and the most far-reaching activity in life is that which you build into your mentality every waking hour. Your word is silent and invisible. Nevertheless, it is real. You are building your mental home all the time, and your thought and mental imagery represent your blueprint. Hour by hour, moment by moment, you can build radiant health, success, and happiness by the thoughts you think, the ideas which you hold, the beliefs you accept, and the scenes that you rehearse in the hidden studio of your mind. Get a new blueprint. Build silently by realizing peace, harmony, joy, and goodwill in the present moment. By dwelling upon these things and claiming them, your subconscious mind will accept your blueprint and bring all these things to pass. The visualization technique. The easiest and most obvious way to formulate an idea is to visualize it, to see it in your mind's eye as vividly as if it were alive. You can see with the naked eye only what already exists in the external world. In a similar way, that which you can visualize in your mind's eye already exists in the invisible realms of your mind. Any picture which you have in your mind is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What you form in your imagination is as real as any part of your body. The idea and the thought are real and will one day appear in your objective world if you are faithful to your mental image. This process of thinking forms impressions in your mind. These impressions in turn become manifested as facts and experience in your life. The builder visualizes the type of building they want. They see it as they desire it to be completed. Their imagery and thought processes become a plastic mold from which the building will emerge. Their mental imagery is projected and is drawn on paper. Eventually, the contractor and the workers gather the essential materials, and the building progresses until it stands finished, conforming perfectly to the mental patterns of the architect. You can use the visualization technique prior to any important event. Quiet the wheels of your mind in order that you may present to the subconscious mind your images of thought. Picture the ideal outcome clearly. Keep this up for several minutes, knowing and feeling that everything is moving toward harmony, beauty, and perfection. Your awareness grows to the point where in your mind you can actually feel the reality of success. Then you release the whole picture. The mental movie method. The subconscious mind will bring to pass any picture held in the mind and backed by faith. Act as though you are, and you will be. This can be called the mental movie method. If you have a home or property for sale, first satisfy yourself in your own mind that your price is right. Then, claim that the infinite intelligence is attracting to you the buyer who really wants to have the property and who will love it and prosper in it. After having done this, quiet your mind, relax, let go, and get into a drowsy, sleepy state, which reduces all mental effort to a minimum. Then, picture the check in your hands, rejoice in the check, give thanks for the check, and go off to sleep feeling the naturalness of the whole mental movie created in your own mind. Act as though it were an objective reality, and the subconscious mind will take it as an impression. Through the deeper currents of the mind, the buyer and the seller are brought together. A mental picture held in the mind, backed by faith, will come to pass. The sleep and gratitude techniques. The best way to impress the subconscious mind is to enter into a drowsy, sleepy state, or a state akin to sleep in which all effort is reduced to a minimum. Then, in a quiet, passive, receptive way, by reflection, convey the idea to the subconscious. A very simple way of securing this impregnation of the subconscious mind is to condense the idea, which is to be the object of suggestion, to sum it up in a brief phrase which can be readily engraved on the memory, and to repeat it over and over again as a lullaby. By entering into a sleepy, drowsy state, effort is reduced to a minimum. The conscious mind is submerged to a great extent when in a sleepy state. The reason for this is that the highest degree of outcropping of the subconscious occurs prior to sleep and just after we awaken. In this state, the negative thoughts which tend to neutralize your desire and so prevent acceptance by your subconscious mind are no longer present. Regularly, in a relaxed, peaceful manner, repeat your statements until the feeling or mood of satisfaction dominates your mind. See with the inner eye of spiritual perception, realizing that your thought image is the first cause. By repeating your expressions of gratitude over and over again, your mind and heart are lifted up to the point of acceptance. When fear or thoughts of lack come into your mind, repeat your positive statements as often as necessary. As you keep up the thankful attitude, you will recondition your mind to the idea of success, harmony, and abundance. The effectiveness of an affirmation is determined largely by your understanding of the truth and the meaning back of your words. Therefore, the power of your affirmation lies in the intelligent application of definite and specific positives. It is abnormal to be sick. It is normal to be healthy. Health is the truth of your being. When you affirm health, harmony, and peace for yourself or another, and when you realize these are universal principles of your own being, you will rearrange the negative patterns of your subconscious mind based on your faith and understanding of that which you affirm. Chapter 7. The tendency of the subconscious is lifeward, the inherent drive for wholeness. More than 90% of your mental life is subconscious. If you fail to make use of this marvelous power, you condemn yourself to live within very narrow limits. Your subconscious processes are always lifeward and constructive. Your subconscious is the builder of your body and maintains all its vital functions. It is on the job 24 hours a day and never sleeps. It is always trying to help and preserve you from harm. Your subconscious mind is in touch with infinite life and boundless wisdom. Its impulses and hints are always lifeward. All the great aspirations, inspirations, and visions for a grander and nobler life spring from the subconscious mind. Your deepest convictions are those you cannot argue about rationally because they do not come from your conscious mind. They come from your deeper self. Your subconscious speaks to you in intuitions, impulses, hunches, intimations, urges, and ideas, and it is always telling you to rise, transcend, grow, advance, adventure, and move forward to greater heights. The urge to love, to save the lives of others, and to protect the helpless comes from the subconscious depths. Consider how, when you cut your finger, the subconscious mind immediately sets a complex healing process in motion. It forms a clot, bridges the gap with new cells, fights off infection, and restores the skin to its original state. The healing intelligence within the subconscious knows exactly how to take care of the body. Its primary function is self-preservation, cooperating with the life principle. To live a healthy, harmonious life, your conscious mind must align itself with the lifeward tendency of the subconscious. When you indulge in negative emotions such as fear, worry, jealousy, hatred, or resentment, you are working against the natural law of your being. You are injecting mental poison into the soil of your mind. These negative patterns interfere with the normal rhythm of your heart, your digestive system, and your glandular secretions, leading to physical distress and illness. Your body is constantly being renewed. Every cell is replaced over time through the creative intelligence within you. You're literally a new physical person regularly. You have the power to decide what kind of body you will build by the nature of the thoughts you feed into your mind day by day. If your thoughts are consistently filled with peace, love, harmony, and goodwill, you will build a radiant, healthy, and vital physical home. If your thoughts are filled with discord and anxiety, your physical home will reflect that state. Turn your attention away from symptoms, limitations, and problems. Focus your conscious mind on the realities of health, strength, and perfection. Affirm regularly that the life principle is flowing through you freely, harmoniously, and joyously. As you maintain this mental attitude, the subconscious mind will accept it as a command and recreate your physical being in accordance with those thoughts of wholeness. The inherent tendency of your deeper mind is always to heal, to preserve, and to lift you up. Chapter 8. How to get the results you want. Avoiding mental effort and coercion. The primary reason why many people do not get the results they want from their prayers or mental efforts is that they try too hard. They use force, coercion, and willpower to compel the subconscious mind to accept an idea. The subconscious mind does not respond to pressure or mental strain. It responds only to relaxed faith and quiet acceptance. When you try to force things to happen through sheer willpower, you act from the conscious level, which often magnifies the very problem you're trying to solve. The more effort you put into trying to force a result, the more you highlight the difficulty in your mind, and the subconscious faithfully reproduces that difficulty. To get the best results, you must eliminate all mental strain and conflict. Avoid using your willpower to fight negative thoughts or conditions. Instead, adopt a state of mental relaxation and physical passivity. When your mind is quiet and your body is relaxed, the conscious mind steps back, and the subconscious becomes highly receptive to suggestion. In this state, you can gently introduce the thought or image of your desired outcome without any opposition from the rational mind. The law of reversed effort. A brilliant psychologist noted a profound law of mind known as the law of reversed effort. This law states that when your desires and your imagination are in conflict, your imagination invariably wins. For example, if you're asked to walk along a wide plank resting on the floor, you can do it easily and without hesitation. But if that same plank is placed 20 feet in the air between two buildings, would you walk it? Your desire to walk across would be opposed by your imagination of falling. The harder you try to force yourself to walk across using willpower, the more the mental image of falling dominates your mind, and you are paralyzed by fear. This same conflict occurs when people say, "I want a healing, but I cannot seem to get it," or "I am trying as hard as I can to succeed, but everything goes wrong." The desire for health or success is being opposed by the imagination of sickness or failure. To overcome this conflict, you must never try to force the subconscious. You must align your desire and your imagination so that they are in complete harmony. You achieve this by visualizing the happy ending, feeling its reality, and completely letting go of the need to struggle. The power of the relaxed statement. Instead of begging, pleading, or fighting against conditions, simply make a quiet, definite statement of what you want, and let your mind rest in that conviction. Treat the desired outcome as a settled fact. When you speak to your subconscious mind with quiet authority and absolute trust, it accepts your statement immediately. Imagine your desire as already fulfilled. If you need a solution to a complex problem, relax your mind and say quietly, "The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind knows the answer and is revealing it to me now." Do not try to figure out how or when the answer will come. Avoid pacing the floor or getting anxious. Simply rest in the quiet assurance that the deeper currents of your mind are already working on your behalf. By maintaining this state of relaxed confidence, you ensure that your mental seeds will grow beautifully and without interference. Chapter 9. How to use the power of your subconscious for wealth. Wealth is a state of mind. Wealth is not merely a matter of a large bank account, stocks, or material possessions. Wealth is essentially a state of mind, a deep-seated belief in the infinite supply of the universe and the continuous flow of abundance. You will never become wealthy by simply wishing for money or by looking at wealth with envy. You become wealthy by building the idea of wealth, prosperity, and abundance into your subconscious mind. If you're constantly worried about bills, complaining about the high cost of living, or saying to yourself, "I never have enough money," you're impressing your subconscious mind with the idea of lack and poverty. The subconscious mind takes you at your word and ensures that you continue to experience financial difficulties. To turn the tide of your financial affairs, you must systematically erase the thoughts of lack and replace them with thoughts of abundance. You must convince your deeper mind that wealth is your natural state of being, the subconscious seed of abundance. To impress your subconscious mind with the idea of wealth, you must use statements that your conscious mind can easily accept without conflict. If you say, "I am a millionaire," and your bank account is empty, your conscious mind will reject the statement as a falsehood, and the opposite condition of lack will be emphasized. Instead, use a progressive statement that builds confidence and avoids inner argument. A highly effective method is to repeat a simple phrase slowly and quietly for 5 or 10 minutes before going to sleep. Wealth, success, prosperity. These words carry immense power because they represent the creative forces of a universe. By repeating them as a lullaby, you deposit the generic ideas of wealth and success into your subconscious depths. Because there is nothing in these words for the conscious mind to argue with, the deeper mind accepts them completely and begins to bring forth opportunities, ideas, and avenues for financial increase. Overcoming the hidden block to wealth. The greatest block to wealth for many people is the feeling of envy or jealousy toward those who are prosperous. If you see someone driving a luxurious car or living in a beautiful home and you feel a twinge of resentment, you are pushing wealth away from you. You are effectively saying to your subconscious mind, "I dislike wealth and I disapprove of prosperous people." Your subconscious mind will never bring to you something that you criticize or condemn. To attract wealth, you must bless and rejoice in the prosperity of others. Whenever you see someone succeeding, bless them and wish them even greater abundance. By doing so, you signal to your subconscious mind that you love wealth and success, and you open the floodgates for prosperity to flow into your own life. Chapter 10. Your right to be rich. The natural order of prosperity. It is your right to be rich. You are here to live an abundant life, a life full of happiness, radiant health, freedom, and creative expression. You should have all the money you need to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and to live in comfort and dignity. There is no virtue in poverty. Poverty is a mental illness, just like physical sickness. If you were physically ill, you would realize that something was wrong, and you would seek a cure. If you do not have enough money flowing freely in your life, it means there is something fundamentally wrong with your mental attitude. Money is a symbol of exchange, and it represents freedom, beauty, luxury, and abundance. It should circulate constantly and healthily in your life, just as blood circulates through your body. When money is flowing freely, you are economically healthy. When you begin to hoard money out of fear, or when you experience a continuous shortage of funds, it means your economic circulation is blocked. The universe is infinitely rich, and there is more than enough supply for everyone. You must rid yourself of the false belief that poverty is spiritually noble. Cleanse your mind of money prejudices. Many people remain poor because they harbor a subconscious prejudice against money. They have been conditioned by false ideas such as money is the root of all evil, or rich people are dishonest. These beliefs are entirely erroneous. Money in itself is completely neutral. It is neither good nor bad. It is simply a tool of exchange. It depends entirely on how it is used. A knife can be used by a chef to prepare a delicious meal, or it can be used to harm someone. The knife is not evil. It is the intent of the user. If you look down on money or consider it dirty, you are committing a grave mental error. You can never attract what you despise. Change your attitude toward money completely. See it as a blessing, a means of doing good, and a vehicle for creating beauty and harmony in the world. Affirm boldly, I love money. I use it wisely, constructively, and judiciously. Money is constantly circulating in my life, and I release it with joy, knowing it returns to me multiplied 100-fold. The direct path to financial freedom. To achieve financial freedom, you must establish a deep-seated conviction in your subconscious mind that money is always available to you. Do not look to external circumstances, the state of the economy, or your current job as the sole source of your supply. Your true source of supply is the infinite storehouse of your subconscious mind. When you consistently maintain a positive, appreciative attitude toward money and abundance, your deeper mind aligns you with the law of attraction. You will find yourself guided to the right places, meeting the right people, and discovering creative ideas that lead to financial success. Wealth is your birthright. Claim it mentally, feel its reality in your heart, and your subconscious mind will faithfully deliver it into your hands. Chapter 11. Your subconscious mind as a partner in success. The 3 steps to true success. Success means different things to different people, but true success is a holistic experience that includes peace of mind, radiant health, harmonious relationships, and financial abundance. It means living your life in a way that fulfills your deepest talents and desires. To achieve this level of success, you must make your subconscious mind your partner. There are 3 distinct steps to establishing this partnership. The first step is to find out what you love to do and then do it. If you do not love your work, you can never truly be successful in it, no matter how much money you make. True success requires a feeling of joy and enthusiasm for your daily activities. The second step is to specialize in a particular branch of work and know more about it than anyone else. You must desire to serve the world through your field and excel in it. The third step is the most important. You must ensure that your desire is not selfish. Your goal must benefit humanity and contribute to the well-being of others. It must form a circle of blessing that returns to you. Harnessing inner guidance. When you have identified your goal, you must turn it over to your subconscious mind for guidance and execution. Your conscious intellect can only see a limited picture based on past experiences and external facts. Your subconscious mind, however, has access to infinite wisdom and knows the perfect path to the fulfillment of your desire. To receive this inner guidance, clarify your goal in your mind, and then quiet your thoughts. Prior to sleep, imagine the successful completion of your project. See yourself celebrating your achievement or feel the deep satisfaction of a job well done. Turn the entire matter over to your deeper mind with absolute trust. Your subconscious will work on the problem while you sleep. It will provide you with sudden insights, hunches, and ideas during your waking hours, showing you exactly what steps to take. Overcoming the fear of failure. The greatest obstacle to success is the fear of failure. Many people will never take action toward their dreams because they are paralyzed by the thought of things going wrong. They say, "What if I lose my money?" Or "What if people laugh at me?" This negative imagery is accepted by the subconscious mind, which then produces failure in reality. To eliminate the fear of failure, you must realize that there is no such thing as failure in the grand principle of mind. There are only results and learning experiences. If something does not work out as planned, it simply means you need to adjust your mental blueprint. Counteract the fear of failure by constantly feeding your mind with thoughts of victory and triumph. Affirm regularly, "The infinite intelligence of my subconscious mind guides me in all my ways, and success is my inevitable destiny." By making your subconscious your partner, you move through life with absolute confidence, knowing that you are backed by an unstoppable force. Chapter 12. Scientists use the subconscious mind. Creative breakthroughs in science. Many of the world's greatest scientific discoveries, inventions, and breakthroughs were not achieved through long hours of strenuous analytical thinking alone. Instead, they were the result of scientists harnessing the immense creative power of the subconscious mind. When a scientist works on a complex problem for weeks or months, their conscious mind gathers all the necessary data, facts, and observations. However, when the conscious mind reaches a dead end and is completely stymied, the scientist turns the problem over to their deeper mind, where the solution is revealed. History is filled with examples of famous scientists, chemists, and inventors who received the exact answers they needed in a flash of intuition, a dream, or a sudden hunch while they were completely relaxed. When you quiet the conscious mind and stop trying to force an answer through intellectual struggle, the infinite intelligence within the subconscious takes over. It organizes the information, connects the dots through the association of ideas, and brings forth the perfect solution. The technique for solving complex problems. If you're facing a difficult problem in your business, your career, or your personal life, you can use the exact same technique that scientists use to find answers. First, gather all the facts available to you and look at the problem from all angles with your conscious mind. Do not panic or get emotionally distressed, as anxiety blocks the flow of subconscious wisdom. Once you have clearly defined the problem, sit quietly in a comfortable chair or lie down in bed before sleep. Relax your entire body, still your thoughts, and say to your subconscious mind, I am now turning this problem over to you. You know the perfect answer, and you are revealing it to me now. Let go of the problem completely. Do not try to guess how the solution will appear. Go to sleep with a deep sense of gratitude, knowing that the answer is being prepared. When you awaken, or as you go about your day, the solution will flash into your mind clearly and unmistakably. Trusting your deeper wisdom. The key to receiving answers from your subconscious mind is absolute trust. If you say, I will try this, but I doubt it will work, you are neutralizing your request. Doubt creates a mental block that prevents the subconscious wisdom from rising to the conscious level. Train yourself to listen to your inner voice. Your subconscious mind may communicate the answer to you through a sudden urge to go to a certain place, to read a particular book, or to call a specific person. Trust these intuitive promptings completely. By developing a strong working relationship with your deeper mind, you gain access to an inexhaustible reservoir of knowledge and guidance that will always lead you to the right decisions. Chapter 13. Your subconscious and the wonders of sleep. The real purpose of sleep. Sleep is an absolute necessity for human life. You can live longer without food than you can without sleep. Many people believe that sleep is merely a passive state where the body rests and the mind shuts down. This is entirely incorrect. While your physical body rests and recovers during sleep, your subconscious mind becomes highly active and performs some of its most profound work. Sleep is the period when the deeper mind charges your physical energies, repairs tissues, processes the day's impressions, and tunes into the infinite reservoir of life. When you go to sleep, your conscious mind steps aside, and the watchman at the gate is no longer active. This means that the period right before you fall asleep is the most critical time for impressing your subconscious mind. Whatever ideas, emotions, or mental pictures you hold in your mind as you drift off into slumber are absorbed deeply into your subconscious without any resistance. Therefore, you must never go to sleep dwelling on worries, anger, financial problems, or illness. The pre-sleep conditioning method. To make sleep a time of profound healing and spiritual guidance, you must consciously choose the thoughts you take to bed with you. If you go to sleep feeling fearful or resentful, you're instructing your subconscious mind to create more fear and discord in your waking life. You will awaken feeling exhausted, irritable, and anxious. Instead, create a beautiful nightly ritual of mental cleansing. As you lie in bed, relax every muscle of your body from head to toe. Let go of all the events of the day and forgive everyone who may have upset you. Then, fill your mind with thoughts of peace, harmony, safety, and divine love. Repeat a comforting word or phrase, such as peace, health, or divine protection, over and over again until you fall asleep. By doing this, you ensure that your subconscious mind spends the night weaving these positive qualities into your body and your circumstances, allowing you to awaken refreshed, vitalized, and full of joy. Receiving guidance in the night. Your subconscious mind can also serve as your counselor and guide during sleep. If you're facing an important decision or do not know what path to take, Do not stay awake tossing and turning in anxiety. Turn the decision over to your deeper mind before you drift off. Say quietly to yourself, "The wisdom of my subconscious mind is guiding me tonight, and tomorrow I will awaken with clear direction." Go to sleep in perfect peace. Oftentimes, you will awaken with the exact answer in your mind, or you will feel a strong, calm conviction later in the day about what you should do. Sleep is a wonderful gateway to divine wisdom, and by using it correctly, you can solve problems effortlessly while your body rests in perfect peace. Chapter 14. Your subconscious mind and marital problems. The mental roots of harmony and discord. All marital problems, discord, and unhappiness originate in the minds of the individuals involved. A marriage is not simply a physical or legal union. It is first and foremost a spiritual and mental union of two people. When a couple experiences friction, arguments, or alienation, it means that negative thoughts, criticism, resentment, and fear have taken root in their subconscious minds and are destroying the harmony of their relationship. Many people enter marriage with deep-seated subconscious insecurities, unrealistic expectations, or negative patterns learned from their past. They try to change their partner through constant nagging, criticism, and emotional pressure. This approach is a grave mental error. You can never change another person through external coercion. You can only change your relationship by changing your own mental attitude and your subconscious blueprint of your partner. Attracting the ideal partner. If you're single and desire to find the ideal partner in life, you must use your subconscious mind to attract them. Do not look for love with a sense of desperation or loneliness, as these negative emotions will only attract more lack or incompatible relationships. Instead, build a clear mental picture of the qualities you desire in a companion. Sit quietly, relax your mind, and list the traits you value most, such as honesty, kindness, loyalty, spirituality, and humor. Dwell on these qualities. Imagine how wonderful it feels to share your life with such a person, and claim that your subconscious mind is bringing you together in perfect order. By feeling the reality of this union before it happens, you program your deeper mind to guide you to the right person at the perfect time. Healing a troubled marriage. If your marriage is currently experiencing difficulties, you can heal it by systematically cleansing your mind of all criticism and resentment. Stop dwelling on your partner's flaws, mistakes, or annoying habits. The more you focus on these negative traits, the more you magnify them through your subconscious mind, and the worse the behavior becomes. Instead, begin a deliberate campaign of appreciation and love. Every morning and night, quiet your mind and visualize your partner as happy, healthy, loving, and successful. Remember the qualities that first brought you together and express gratitude for them in your mind. Affirm regularly, "Our marriage is divinely guided, and peace, harmony, and mutual respect reign supreme in our hearts." As you change your internal mental picture of your marriage, your subconscious mind will project that harmony outward, and you will notice a remarkable transformation in your partner's behavior and the atmosphere of your home. Chapter 15. Your subconscious mind and happiness. Happiness is a conscious choice. Happiness is not a commodity that you can buy, and it is not a destination that you reach when external conditions become perfect. Happiness is entirely an internal state of mind, a spiritual experience, and a conscious choice that you make day by day. Many people falsely believe that they will be happy if they get a promotion, if they buy a new house, or if someone treats them differently. This is a profound delusion. External things cannot make you happy if your inner mind is filled with fear, worry, and discontent. True happiness is independent of external circumstances because it springs from the infinite reservoir of peace within your subconscious mind. You must choose happiness deliberately every single day. When you awaken in the morning, do not immediately think about your troubles, tasks, or grievances. Instead, make a firm decree for the day ahead. Say to yourself, "Today is a beautiful day. I choose happiness, peace, success, and divine love. I am filled with joy, and I radiate goodwill to everyone around me." By making this positive assertion your first thought of the day, you set a powerful mental pattern that guides your subconscious mind to attract happy experiences and harmonious encounters throughout the day. Overcoming the habit of unhappiness. Many people have unconsciously developed a habit of unhappiness. They are constantly looking for things to complain about, magnifying minor inconveniences and anticipating the worst in every situation. They say, "Everything always goes wrong for me," or "I knew this would happen." This negative conditioning is deeply ingrained in their subconscious mind, which then faithfully delivers a continuous stream of miserable experiences. To break the habit of unhappiness, you must become a vigilant watchman over your thoughts. Whenever a negative, cynical, or fearful thought enters your mind, recognize it immediately and refuse to give it your emotional consent. Substitute it instantly with a positive thought of gratitude or appreciation. Cultivate a thankful heart. The more you focus on the blessings, beauties, and joys of life, the more your subconscious mind expands those qualities in your experience, making happiness your natural and permanent state of being. The spiritual foundation of joy. True, lasting happiness is found when you align your mind with the infinite principle of love and life. Realize that you are one with a boundless power that is always seeking to lift you up, heal you, and prosper you. When you trust this inner power completely, you lose all fear of the future and all anxiety about the opinions of others. You are anchored in a deep, unshakable peace. Happiness is the natural harvest of a mind that is constantly sown with seeds of harmony, love, peace, and goodwill. Choose happiness today and let your light shine beautifully upon the world. Chapter 16. Your subconscious mind and harmonious human relations. The golden rule of human interaction. To live a fulfilled life, you must learn the art of creating harmonious relationships with others. Your relationships with family, friends, coworkers, and strangers are an exact mirror of your own internal mental state. What you think, feel, and say about another person is automatically registered in your own subconscious mind, and it determines the conditions of your own life. This is the psychological basis of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you harbor thoughts of suspicion, anger, criticism, or jealousy towards someone else, you're not hurting them. You're hurting yourself. Those negative thoughts act as a mental poison within your own subconscious mind, creating stress, unhappiness, and physical discord in your own body. To enjoy beautiful, harmonious relationships, you must cultivate a genuine attitude of goodwill, love, and respect for all human beings, regardless of their behavior. Dealing with difficult and creative people. In your daily life, you will inevitably encounter people who are difficult, irritable, rude, or uncooperative. The average person reacts to these individuals with anger and resentment, which only amplifies the discord and creates a toxic cycle of negativity. As a master of your mind, you must learn to respond instead of reacting. When someone treats you unkindly, realize that their behavior is an outward expression of their own internal pain, fear, and subconscious confusion. They are mentally ill, and they need your compassion, not your condemnation. Refuse to allow their negativity to disturb your inner peace. Look at them through the eyes of understanding and say silently in your mind, "I wish you peace, health, and happiness." You are a child of life, and you are divinely guided. By doing this, you protect your own mind from contamination, and you emit a powerful vibration of harmony that can often calm and transform the difficult person. Emitting vibrations of goodwill. The secret to winning the love, respect, and cooperation of others is to consistently send out thoughts of goodwill. Before you meet with a client, a coworker, or a family member, spend a few moments quieting your mind and visualizing them as successful, happy, and cooperative. Affirm that the principle of right action governs your interaction, and that love and harmony are fully expressed between you. Never engage in gossip, backbiting, or mental criticism of others. Your subconscious mind cannot differentiate between thoughts directed at yourself or thoughts directed at someone else. It takes all your thoughts as commands for your own experience. By consistently thinking well of others, speaking kindly, and celebrating their achievements, you program your subconscious mind to surround you with loving, supportive, and harmonious relationships in every area of your life. Chapter 17. How to use your subconscious for forgiveness. The absolute necessity of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the essential key to mental peace, radiant health, and spiritual freedom. If you are harboring any resentment, bitterness, or hatred toward anyone for a past injury, you are living in a state of self-imposed emotional bondage. Many people suffer from chronic physical illnesses, deep depression, and severe financial blocks simply because they refuse to forgive. They are carrying a heavy burden of past grievances that poisons their subconscious mind and destroys their life. To forgive is not to condone bad behavior, and it is not to forget the event entirely. True forgiveness is a mental and emotional release. It means that you completely let go of the desire for revenge or retaliation. You choose to withdraw your attention from the injury and remove the emotional charge from the memory. Forgiveness is a supreme act of self-love, because when you forgive someone else, you are actually healing your own mind and setting yourself free. The true meaning of forgiveness. You know that you have truly forgiven someone when you can remember the event or see the person without feeling any sting of anger, resentment, or bitterness in your heart. If your chest tightens or your blood boils when a person's name is mentioned, you have not forgiven them. You're still allowing them to control your emotional state from the past. To achieve complete forgiveness, you must use your subconscious mind to rewrite the emotional connection to the memory. Sit quietly, relax your body, and bring the person to your mind. Realize that whatever they did was a result of their own fear, ignorance, and subconscious conditioning. Say out loud or silently, "I release you completely, and I forgive you. I wish you health, happiness, peace, and all the blessings of life. You are free, and I am free." Repeat this exercise regularly until the memory no longer evokes any negative emotion. When you can think of the person and wish them well sincerely, your healing is complete. Forgiving yourself. For many people, the hardest person to forgive is themselves. They carry a massive weight of guilt, self-reproach, and shame for past mistakes, bad decisions, or failures. This internal condemnation is highly destructive to the subconscious mind, which often reacts by creating self-punishing patterns, such as accidents, financial failure, or physical illness. You must realize that you did the best you could at the time, based on the awareness and understanding you possessed back then. You have grown, and you are no longer that same person. Release yourself from the prison of guilt. Still your mind and say boldly, "I forgive myself completely for my past mistakes. I accept myself as I am, and I know that I am growing in wisdom and love every day. I am free from guilt, and I move forward in peace." By cleansing your mind of all condemnation, you open the way for the healing life principle to restore your soul to perfect harmony. Chapter 18. How your subconscious removes mental blocks. Breaking the chains of destructive habits. Your subconscious mind is the absolute seat of all your habits. It does not judge whether a habit is good or bad. It simply accepts the patterns of thought and action that you repeat consistently and executes them automatically. If you have developed a destructive habit, such as alcoholism, smoking, overeating, or chronic procrastination, you have established deep mental grooves in your subconscious depths that compel you to act against your own conscious will. Many people try to break a bad habit through sheer willpower and force suppression. They vow to stop, struggle against the urge, and use intense discipline. This approach usually fails because it causes immense inner conflict and activates the law of reversed effort. The harder you fight the urge, the more your attention is focused on the habit, and the more the subconscious compels you to indulge in it. To break a mental block or a bad habit permanently, you must work with the laws of your mind, not against them. The reconditioning technique. To dissolve a destructive habit, you must systematically recondition your subconscious mind by offering it a higher, more attractive mental image. You must replace the negative habit loop with a new loop of freedom, peace, and self-control. You achieve this through the disciplined use of auto-suggestion in a relaxed state. 3 times a day, isolate yourself in a quiet room where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably in an armchair or lie down, relax your entire body, and close your eyes. Still your mind as much as possible. Physical relaxation leads to mental passivity, making the subconscious highly receptive. Then, introduce your new blueprint. If you're trying to overcome a habit, do not focus on the substance or behavior you want to avoid. Instead, visualize the happy ending. See yourself as completely free, poised, serene, and master of your life. Imagine a loved one or a friend congratulating you on your freedom. Feel the deep thrill of victory and the immense relief of being liberated. Repeat a simple formula slowly and quietly. I am completely free from this habit. Harmony, peace, and self-control reign supreme in my mind. Do this faithfully every night and morning, and your subconscious will gradually accept the new impression and dissolve the old block. Embracing the victory mental state. When the urge to return to the old habit arises during the day, do not panic or engage in a violent intellectual battle. Understand that it is simply the old subconscious groove seeking expression. Immediately turn your attention away from the urge. Speak out loud to yourself with authority, repeating your formula of freedom. Focus your mind entirely on the mental picture of your victory. Your subconscious mind can only hold one dominant idea at a time. By consistently filling your mind with the thoughts and feelings of freedom and self-mastery, you starve the old habit of attention until it completely withers away, allowing you to walk forward in perfect liberty. Chapter 19. How to use your subconscious mind to remove fear. Understanding the illusion of fear. Fear is one of humanity's greatest enemies. It is the root cause of failure, sickness, poor relationships, and immense human suffering. Many people are plagued by various fears, such as the fear of failure, the fear of poverty, the fear of ill health, the fear of public speaking, or the fear of old age. You must realize that most of your fears have no objective reality whatsoever. They are entirely false mental pictures, illusions created in the imagination and emotionalized by the conscious mind. Fear can be defined as false evidence appearing real. There are only 2 natural fears that humans are born with: the fear of falling and the fear of sudden loud noises. All other fears are entirely acquired, learned from parents, environment, and negative conditioning. Because you learned your fears, you also have the power to unlearn them. You can completely conquer any fear by using the tremendous power of your subconscious mind. The practical antidote to fear thoughts. The true way to conquer fear is to face it mentally and move directly toward the thing you fear. If you're afraid of public speaking, the worst thing you can do is avoid it, as avoidance magnifies the fear in your subconscious mind. Instead, use the power of mental preparation to dissolve the fear before you ever step onto a stage. Use the visualization technique to recondition your mind. Sit quietly, relax your body, and close your eyes. Visualize yourself standing before a large audience, poised, confident, and calm. See the people smiling, listening attentively, and applauding enthusiastically at the end of your talk. Feel the thrill of success and the deep satisfaction of a job well done. Repeat this mental exercise several times a day. You are effectively burning a new groove of confidence into your subconscious cells. When the time comes to speak, the subconscious will automatically release the vital forces of poise and eloquence, and the fear will vanish entirely. Substituting fear with faith. Your mind can only hold one dominant thought at a time. Fear is a negative thought of expectation, a belief that something bad is going to happen. The absolute antidote to fear is faith, which is a positive thought of expectation, a belief that something good is happening now. Whenever a fear thought enters your mind and says, "You will fail," or "Something terrible is going to happen," refuse to entertain it. Immediately substitute it with a bold assertion of divine protection and success. Affirm quietly and with conviction, I can do all things through the miracle power of my subconscious mind. Perfect love and peace cast out all fear. By consistently choosing faith over fear, you train your deeper mind to surround you with safety, triumph, and absolute peace of mind. Chapter 20. How to Stay Young in Spirit Forever. Age is a mental condition. Old age is not a matter of the flight of years. Old age is essentially a mental condition, a state of mind, and the twilight of human interest. Your physical body may change over time, but your subconscious mind is timeless, ageless, and eternal. It is one with the infinite life principle that was never born and can never die. You are as young as you think you are. You are as old as you feel you are. Many people grow old prematurely because they buy into the false mass beliefs of society regarding aging. They believe that after a certain age, their mental faculties must decline, their bodies must become frail, and their usefulness to the world must come to an end. This negative blueprint is accepted by their subconscious mind, which then faithfully produces the physical decay, memory loss, and decrepitude that they expect. You must reject the concept of old age completely and choose to remain young in spirit forever, cultivating the quality of youthfulness. To maintain your youthfulness throughout your entire life, you must keep your mind open, curious, active, and deeply interested in life. The moment a person stops learning, stops adventuring, and stops dreaming, that is the moment they truly begin to grow old. Age is not the accumulation of gray hairs. It is the relinquishing of enthusiasm, love, and ideal visions. Welcome the passing years as an accumulation of wisdom, understanding, and spiritual maturity. Keep your conscious mind active by reading new books, learning new skills, exploring new places, and engaging in creative projects. Fill your mind daily with thoughts of love, joy, peace, and beauty. Affirm regularly, the life principle is constantly renewing my body, and I am growing wiser, healthier, and more vibrant every single day. Your subconscious mind will respond to this youthful imagery and continue to pour vitality and strength into your physical form. The glorious future ahead. Retirement should never be seen as a stepping back from life or a period of waiting for the end. Retirement should be embraced as a glorious new dawn, an opportunity for freedom, self-expression, and spiritual growth. It is a time to do the things you always wanted to do, but never had the time for when you were busy with a career or raising a family. Never look back at the past with regret or longing. The past is gone, and the future is full of infinite possibilities. Focus your attention entirely on the present moment and look forward to the future with joyful expectation. Realize that your greatest contributions to the world may still be ahead of you as you share your lifetime of wisdom and love with others. By staying young in spirit, you align yourself with the eternal law of life, and you walk forward in radiant light, beauty, and joy forever. The power of your subconscious mind. Conclusion. Section 1. The final summation of the inner law. We have traveled through the deep, majestic landscape of a human mind. We have explored the secret valleys of your subconscious depths, and we have climbed the peaks of conscious awareness. Now we stand at the final gateway of this transformative journey. It is time to crystallize everything you have learned into a single, burning torch of truth that will light your path for the rest of your days. The supreme, ultimate lesson of this book can be stated in a single, unshakable sentence. Your external world is nothing more than an outer projection of your internal mental state. You do not live in a world of random accidents, chaotic coincidences, or cruel fate. You live in a universe governed by absolute, mathematical, and spiritual law. The thoughts you think, the feelings you harbor, and the beliefs you accept act as silent, invisible commands to the creative intelligence residing within your own subconscious mind. Your deeper mind is a completely neutral, incredibly potent garden. It does not argue, it does not judge, and it does not differentiate between a seed of wealth or a seed of poverty. It simply says yes to your dominant mental impressions, and it moves heaven and earth to manifest them in your physical reality. If you carry away only one piece of wisdom from this text, let it be the profound awareness of your own mental sovereignty. You are not a helpless victim of circumstances, nor are you at the mercy of your environment, your past conditioning, or the opinions of others. You are the architect of your destiny. You are the master of your soul. By choosing to direct your conscious mind toward the eternal verities of peace, love, abundance, and joy, you systematically recondition your subconscious depths, ensuring that your life becomes a glorious symphony of success and fulfillment. Section 2. A comprehensive roadmap for daily living. To ensure that the wisdom of this book does not remain mere intellectual theory, you must transform it into a living daily practice. The laws of the mind work through consistency, repetition, and emotional dedication. Here is your comprehensive, step-by-step roadmap for integrating the power of your subconscious mind into every waking and sleeping moment of your life. First, master the critical transition states of your day. The two most powerful windows of subconscious accessibility occur immediately after you awaken in the morning and immediately before you drift off to sleep at night. During these times, your conscious mind relaxes its analytical grip and the gateway to your deeper mind opens wide. Every morning, before you look at your phone, look at the news, or allow the worries of the world to invade your awareness, spend 5 minutes decreeing the nature of your day. Affirm boldly that today is a magnificent day, filled with divine guidance, perfect health, abundance, and harmonious relationships. By doing this, you set a powerful mental force field that aligns your subconscious mind with positive encounters throughout the day. Every night, as you lie in bed, perform a complete mental and emotional house cleaning. Forgive everyone who may have offended or hurt you during the day. Realize that their negativity was simply a reflection of their own internal fear and confusion. Wish them peace, let them go, and set yourself free. Then, condense your deepest desire or your current problem into a brief, simple phrase that your mind can easily grasp. Repeat this phrase slowly and softly, like a gentle lullaby, until you drift into slumber. Take the thoughts of health, wealth, and triumph to bed with you, and let your subconscious mind spend the hours of the night transforming those mental seeds into physical reality. Second, become an unshakable guardian at the gates of your mind. Throughout the day, you're constantly bombarded by negative suggestions from the outside world. You hear stories of economic collapse, illness, lack, and discord. You must realize that a suggestion has absolutely no power over you unless you give it your conscious, emotional consent. The moment a negative, fearful, or cynical thought tries to enter your awareness, recognize it instantly as false evidence appearing real. Refuse to feed it with your attention. Counteract it immediately by stating the exact opposite positive truth. If a voice says you will fail, affirm that success is your destiny. If a voice says you are weak, affirm that the infinite healing presence is flowing through every cell of your being. By remaining vigilant, you prevent the weeds of negativity from ever taking root in your subconscious soil. Third, align your imagination with your desires. Remember the profound law of reversed effort. When your willpower and your imagination are in conflict, your imagination will always win. Stop trying to force success through stressful, anxious conscious effort. Stop fighting against your problems with mental strain. Instead, step back into a state of physical relaxation and mental passivity. Close your eyes, quiet the wheels of your mind, and visualize the happy ending of your desire. See the problem already solved. Feel the relief, the joy, and the immense gratitude of victory. Hold that mental movie in your mind until it feels entirely natural and real. When your imagination and your desire are in perfect harmony, the subconscious mind accepts the blueprint and executes it effortlessly. Section 3. Final inspiration for the journey ahead. As we bring this audio book to a close, Remember that you are never alone, you're never abandoned, and you're never without hope. Lodged within your very chest is an infinite intelligence that fashioned your body, started your heartbeat, and knows the answer to every problem that could ever arise. This power does not care about your past mistakes, your failures, or how long you have lived in the shadows of limitation. The moment you turn your conscious attention back to the light, the moment you begin to claim your birthright of health, wealth, and freedom, this inner power responds instantly, casting out all darkness and restoring your soul to perfect wholeness. Do not look back at the past with regret, for the past has no power over the present moment. The present moment is the only place where your life exists, and it is the place where your creative thoughts are molding your future. Look ahead with eyes of absolute faith, joyful expectation, and unshakable confidence. You are a child of infinite life, a product of eternity, and a master of creative power. Walk forward from this day with a smile on your face and peace in your heart. Broadcast vibrations of love, goodwill, and prosperity to every human being you meet. Know with absolute certainty that as you change your mind, you change your world. Your journey into light, liberty, and glorious triumph begins right now, in this very moment. Trust the power within you, live life beautifully, and let the wonders of your subconscious mind unfold. Thank you for listening, and may your life be forever blessed with harmony, abundance, and eternal joy.